welcome to or welcome back to my channel. My name is David and this is David's Closet. Here we like to talk about handbags, accessories, small leather goods, lifestyle, all of those fun things from the male point of view and on a budget. If that's something that you find interesting, please hit that subscribe button below. Like this video, comment, share, force your friends and family to subscribe, all the things. I would greatly appreciate it. So I'm not sure how this video is going to follow some others. Today, it's actually Saturday, the 31st of May, and I don't have my video edited for today yet. So that's fun. I don't know if I'm going to put that up Saturday or honestly just skip a week and start over next week. We will see, but as you can see, I do have my Pride display up behind me. Most of these bags are my husband's. The only one that's really mine is that one right there. But I do like to have those up for my videos in June, so expect to see some variation of that over the next couple of weeks. I have been doing some home redecorating and updating. Side note real fast, because I look a mess, I feel a mess, I'm out of breath, and I just am blah. I just got 2 new cabinets for my living room that flank my fireplace. And I'm so excited about them because the ones we bought originally were for our old house. They were never intended to be permanent fixtures there either. I just couldn't find anything I liked, so I bought cheap, bulk box store cabinets for them, which I don't particularly love that kind of furniture, especially in my main living area, because I do have a lot of high-end furniture, so I feel like it clashes and it makes it look not as nice, in my opinion. Anyway, they became permanent fixtures at my last house because I couldn't find anything that would fit the space. We moved, we had a similar living room here. They became fixtures here too. They worked, they were great. They are good quality, meaning like they're sturdy, but they just look not as nice against some of the other furniture and finishes in the house. So I finally replaced them. I will show you a before and an after. I tried to sell the cabinets on Facebook Marketplace really cheap and no one wanted them, so one of them is currently now in front of me. I've rearranged the room a little bit, and then the other one is out in our garage until I can find room in our basement storage area for it. So I'm keeping them. They're just going to be used as storage now. I'll be honest, for what I was going to be able to sell them for, it's worth me just keeping them because I can't go to IKEA and buy new ones for the money I would get off selling both of these. So they're here. Anyway, today was delivery day. So last night I had to clear the living room out, clear a path through the formal dining room so they could get the cabinets in and out. I had to move these and I just put all of my belongings back in the new cabinets. The picture you'll see, it's temporary. I need to go and, kind of declutter my knickknacks and arrange it and buy things maybe that will work better with the cabinets. But for now, I just wanted everything off the floor. So that is done. So that's why this is this. And that's why potentially there was no video last week. I just don't know what will happen. So I have a pretty cool unboxing, and it's actually going to be a double unboxing now because my item was supposed to come yesterday, and so was this actually, but they both arrived this morning. So this one is actually my husband's. Before this video, regardless of what order, Mrs. Labubu back there, or Mr. Labubu, I change his name every day, but it's a dude. He's wearing Frada right now. When we were at the store that was selling them, my husband found this item, really liked it, but it was really expensive at the store. He wasn't sure, so, we live nearby, so I'm like, well, if you decide you want it, we can just go back. He went online and found it way cheaper somewhere else, so that's what we will be opening right now. And he bought this for our vacation we have coming up in a couple of weeks, months, I don't remember now when it is. He loves bright neon colors, for all of you who don't know him. It is this Supreme, just little messenger crossbody bag. He told me I could open it, so I'm going to fully open it. Well, not fully, but mostly fully. So here it is. It's this really bright color that's pretty much coming across on screen. It says Supreme here. It has a couple of zipper pockets, and of course it's just lined in the same nylon-like material. I'm not going to mess with the straps yet, but here it is on the back. It finishes the word Supreme in large monochromatic font. It says 3M Scotchlite. Don't know what that is. Has a slip pocket back here, and then a double zipper right here. And it says Supreme, made in Vietnam. I don't know a lot about Supreme, or does he, but I think for what he paid for it, It's absolutely perfect, and he will enjoy this on vacation. I do love that he's into bags too, because he encourages me to buy mine. But he doesn't love my style, so I don't have to worry about him wanting to use most of them. Though he does fool with me and tell me all the time that he's going to borrow my Goyard. And I told him that bag is off limits because that bag is impossible to replace because we would have to go somewhere to do that. I can't just order a new one. So I'm going to try not to show addresses here. The next one is this box. And this is from a little YouTuber. Little. He's the boss. What am I talking about? This is from a YouTuber. And this one is from a YouTube friend here. You may or may not have heard of him. His name's Ed Braun. Of course you know Ed. Ed is hilarious. So, side note on Ed. Ed is one of the nicest people I think I've ever met and known. He's very caring. He has 2 babies he's caring for. He's making a beautiful family there with those babies and giving them everything they could ever want, need, hope, or dream. So, go Ed. But something you may also know about Ed is Ed rotates his closet quite frequently. And sometimes when I see him sell bags, I'm like, dude, you just bought that. Or I see you carry it all the time. What's wrong with you? But he is very smart with his bags. If he's not using them enough or there's something he wants more, he will sell bags even if he loves them. I need that skill because I will sell my Coach bags because they're easier to sell in Poshmark, less risk associated. But I do have a couple of my luxury bags that I don't reach for that really I should sell. Take the money, put that money towards something I really want that I'll use more. But I'm a baby, so I am proud of Ed. But I've also missed out on a couple of really good items that Ed has sold because Ed, without knowing this, Ed always sells bags that I would buy at a time that I can't buy a bag. For example, I just bought 2 or 3 Prada bags. Ed sells one, and I'm like, oh my god, I want it. And of course, he sells them for amazing deals, by the way. He loses money on these bags. And of course, I don't want to take advantage of that either, but they're great deals. So I'm like, oh, I want this. I'll pay you for it. I'll pay you more for it. In some cases, I'm like, please. But I just spent $3,000 on 2 handbags 2 weeks ago. My bag fund is annihilated and I need to not buy a bag for a while. So I've missed out on a few. One of them being his Totally PM. Loved that bag. Died for that bag. He sold his, I think, for like $4.95 or $3.95. I don't remember. Either way, it was half of what you can normally get them for. And I know Ed takes really good care of his bags. Ed cleans up bags and Ed really conditions and cares for bags. He also is much luckier and better at the Real than I am. I have not had some good luck. I don't think you will have seen my Real video yet, but I had a few instances where I would get bags with things that weren't disclosed and things I couldn't deal with. But Ed has much better luck, and I need his skill. But that's where he bought this bag. So here is how it comes packaged. Ed does everything wonderfully. Lots of bubble, which I love. And then he put the bag in the Real dust bag. And you can probably tell what it is based on that. And then he even has it kind of nicely packaged with some pillow and tissue. Very good. I like that it's not squashed, folded, and it's all nice and wrapped in there. That's how I like to sell my bags when I do sell on like Poshmark and stuff. So here is the bag. I'll show it to you and then we'll go over like my thought process and all that fun stuff. Oh, and I love it already. So I bought his Boston bag, his Gucci leather Boston bag with the Gucci varsity stripe. But no, it's wonderful. Ed takes really good care of things and Ed discloses everything really well. And I even asked him like, hey, I know you never mentioned it, but is there any funky odors? Because that's one thing I'm really picky about. And he said no, and I trust Ed emphatically. And but I love this bag. I love the size. I love how worn and squishy it is. I just love that it's a bag that you can just toss around. I'm not saying don't care about it, but you can just toss it around. He even sent it nice and stuffed. Seriously, if you ever buy anything from Ed, don't worry at all because he is amazing. So here is the inside, of course. He did disclose, and I knew this from when he bought it. It does have some pin marks and some, markings and things on the inside of the bag, but that doesn't really bother me as long as it's not like insanely gross where when I put stuff in there, the ink comes off. I don't mind if a bag has some markings. It doesn't bother me. It's the inside of the bag. It's fine. I usually put organizers in most of my bags anyway. I probably won't with this one because I want this to be a floppy open hole that I can just dump all my crap into and move on. It also has the cutest little short side zip pocket in here. I love the style of this bag. And guys, this bag is in excellent condition. Ed described it perfectly. He disclosed everything and showed everything perfectly on this bag. So it's actually better than I expected, if I'm being honest. I was kind of like, you know, it's a worn bag. You kind of set your expectations. This is way better than I could have ever expected. But isn't this wonderful? And I know that he cleaned it up and cared for it really well, because when he got it, I think it was a little bit rougher. So I think he conditioned it. And honestly, just someone who cares for their bags, it'll make any bag look better. So you guys know I do have a Gucci Boston. I have my Ophidia. This is the small top handle. And these are very similar bags. So I do love that, except this one has feet. My Ophidia does not. But I've always wanted something in the traditional red-green Gucci, but I really didn't want the canvas, because I have a lot of canvas bags. I kind of wanted a leather bag, so this is absolutely perfect, because I get the red-green, I get the beautiful black leather. I love black bags. It's a top handle, it's a bowling bag, it's my favorite. And then I also, of course, have my blue navy Gucci print. So I could not be more excited. I'm actually going to switch into this bag today. So what I'll do is come back on after I switch into it and show it to you. I'm not going to make you watch me switch into it, but Ed is amazing. I got this bag for an absolute steal. Ed was way too generous when he priced this bag. Of course, I paid what he was asking. I didn't try to, you know, get him down anymore, because that's not cool. Because he was already selling this bag at a loss, because I know what he paid for it. I am so glad I got to buy this from him, because not only do I get an amazing bag that I'm so excited to use, and I think will probably be my most used handbag ever, but I also get to carry around a piece of one of my friends now. So every time I look at this bag, I will never not think of Ed Braun, and I like that a lot. So I got too excited and I put my camera away before I showed you the inside of the bag, so I'm going to show it to you now. So here it is, all nice and full, beautiful shape, slouchy, but the base isn't super slouchy, which I like. And then inside, this is a bag where I actually don't like having a keep all. I have this for some things, but that's about it. The rest of it's just stuff loose in here. So this is exactly what I wanted. I was trying to use my Prada pouch in here, but it's too big and bulky. It just doesn't allow the bag to have the like floppy, messy nature that I wanted to have. Thank you so much, Ed. I am so grateful for you. Thank you for selling that bag at an amazing deal. Thank you so much again, guys. It's so nice to see everyone. See you next time. Bye.